The film opens inside a dark, candle-lit church. The air feels heavy, almost suffocating. Dozens of small flames flicker against stone walls covered in crosses and religious paintings. The quiet is broken only by whispering prayers that slowly grow louder and more desperate. At the center of the room sits a woman named Rebecca. She is surrounded by church members standing in a circle around her. Their hands are stretched toward her. Some rest on her shoulders, some grip her arms, some press against her head. Their voices rise and fall together as they beg God for mercy. They pray for Rebecca's purification. They pray for her soul. They pray for her to be freed from the demon they believe lives inside her. Rebecca looks broken. Her eyes are sunken. Her face is pale. Tears stream down her cheeks as her body trembles. She looks less like a possessed woman and more like someone who has been emotionally destroyed. Standing close to her is her husband, Peter. Unlike the others, Peter is calm. He is not panicking. He is not afraid. He is leading. His voice is firm, controlled, and authoritative. He directs the prayers, calls out commands to God, and stares at Rebecca as if he is watching a battle happening inside her body. It is clear that this ritual is happening because of him. He believes this is necessary. This disturbing ritual is not just prayer, it is an exorcism. And with that, the film throws us into Rebecca's nightmare. The scene cuts sharply to Rebecca driving alone on a nearly empty road. The world outside looks gray and distant, as if life itself has drained of color. The radio plays a calm, soft-spoken podcast about anxiety, healing. It is survival. She pulls into a gas station and steps out of the car. There she meets a homeless man named Brady. Their interaction feels familiar, like they've met many times before. Rebecca buys him food and something to drink. They talk briefly. Brady thanks her kindly. There is no tension here, no fear. Just two lonely people acknowledging each other's existence. It's one of the only moments in the film where Rebecca looks even slightly human again. Afterward, she drives home. But when she arrives, Rebecca finally steps inside. The house is quiet, too quiet. Every sound echoes. Every footstep feels heavy. The rooms are large but emotionally empty. She sits at the piano and begins to play. Each note feels like a memory. On top of the piano sits a framed photograph. A smiling boy, Zachary, her son, alive, happy, gone. She reaches for her phone. There are dozens of messages, all sent by her, all ignored. She scrolls through them. Apologies, questions, pleas, confessions. Nothing from Peter. Then she opens a location app. Peter is at a restaurant, not home, not answering, somewhere else. The realization crushes her. Night arrives. Rebecca sits in the living room watching a horror movie. Suddenly, the dining table shakes, just slightly. She stares. The table becomes still. She convinces herself it was nothing. She picks up her wine glass and heads upstairs. Wine spills on the steps. She cleans it, her movements slow and tired. Her eyes fall on a framed family photo, a time when they were whole. She enters Peter's bedroom. She sits on the bed and breaks. Morning comes. Rebecca swallows anxiety pills. Her hands shake slightly. She checks her phone. Still nothing. Then she hears something, a soft sound, a movement. It doesn't belong. She walks slowly, carefully, following the noise. It leads her to the church office inside the house, Peter's prayer room. She stands outside the door and listens. Fear surges through her chest. She pulls out her phone and calls Peter. Her cracked screen slices into her hand. Blood appears. He doesn't answer. She sends him a voice message, panicked, begging him to come home. She believes someone has broken in. She believes she heard a voice. Terrified, she locks herself in her bedroom. She takes out a gun and holds it close. Eventually, exhaustion overcomes fear. She falls asleep. In the darkness, she wakes. A shadow stands near her bed. It moves closer, slowly. Silently, it reaches her. Rebecca gasps and jolts awake. Nothing is there. A nightmare, but her heart keeps pounding. The next day, a knock at the door makes her flinch violently. She approaches carefully, opens it. It's Peter. Relief floods her face. She almost collapses. She thanks him for coming. She tells him about the noises, about the church office door, about her fear. Peter notices her injured hand. She explains about the phone. He questions her drinking. She insists she wasn't imagining anything. Peter searches the church office. Nothing. Then the rest of the house. Nothing. He bandages her hand gently, tells her she will be okay. Rebecca tells him she is incomplete without him. Peter tells her they've already had this conversation. When she mentions the restaurant, Peter's tone changes. Anger replaces concern. He accuses her of tracking him and violating boundaries. He confronts her constant messaging. Their conversation turns bitter. He says he needs space. She says she is his wife. He says he can't breathe around her. Harsh words follow. He calls her miserable, a drunk, then apologizes and asks her to pray. They pray, but prayer doesn't heal this. Rebecca begs him to stay. He refuses. We learn about Miriam, a deeply religious woman from their church who has been involved in their marriage. Since Zachary's death, their relationship has rotted from the inside. The next day, Rebecca cleans the house endlessly, trying to control something in her life. She notices a bird at Peter's office window. Later upstairs, she finds a large, dark feather. It doesn't belong. Miriam arrives. Rebecca clearly doesn't want her there, but she lets her in. Miriam invites her to Mass. Rebecca refuses. Over tea, Miriam notices the feather. Rebecca admits she still believes Peter loves her, that their dinner meant something. Miriam warns her not to confuse hope with denial. That night, Rebecca prepares Peter's favorite meal. She sets the table carefully. She cooks slowly. Peter arrives. He eats, compliments the food. For a moment, the house feels almost normal. Rebecca tells him she loves him. He doesn't say it back. He says nothing can be fixed, that God has shown him a different path. Then, he places divorce papers on the table. He wants them signed, now. They argue. About faith, about alcohol, about the past, then about Zachary, the wound that never closed. Peter blames Rebecca. He says demons surrounded her. Rebecca breaks and goes upstairs. Peter says he won't leave until the papers are signed. Rebecca returns and points a gun at herself. Before Peter can stop her, the house erupts, banging, thudding, echoing. Peter takes the gun and searches the house. He goes into the attic, a gunshot. Moments later, he returns holding a dead animal that bit him. He claims it caused the noise. Rebecca knows it didn't. Peter decides to stay. He reads the Bible obsessively. Rebecca drinks again. She hallucinates. She sees something dark inside Peter. Peter speaks about ancient voices. They talk about Zachary. Rebecca finally says it out loud. Zachary hated the pressure. At camp, alone and overwhelmed, he ended his life. Peter refuses to accept it, calls it God's will, calls Rebecca possessed. Something rushes above them. The house reacts violently. Peter becomes convinced he is chosen. Lightning strikes. Fire ignites. Rebecca sees a hand emerge from the bathtub. Peter cuts himself and performs rituals. His wounds heal. He collapses. They go to Miriam. Rebecca begs for help. Peter and Miriam say God is present. That night, Rebecca wakes to the demon. Peter and Miriam are gone. She tracks Peter's phone. Back at the house, she drives there. They are praying before the sealed door. Miriam offers blood. Rebecca is locked away. She escapes. She is dragged back. Miriam sacrifices herself. The door opens. A presence emerges. Rebecca runs. Peter chases. And then he reveals the truth. He didn't lose Zachary. He killed him, believing he was purifying him. Rebecca pretends to surrender. She attacks. She shoots him. The door opens. The entity drags Peter inside. He begs. Rebecca watches. He is taken. The house falls silent. Rebecca stands alone. Later, she removes her wedding ring, her cross, and walks away, leaving behind faith, fear, and the man who destroyed her life. And that brings us to the end of Behold, a tragic, disturbing story where love turned into obsession, faith turned into madness, and a family was completely destroyed. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. More horror movie recaps are on the way. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching.